Welcome to Nutrition Nuts, where we discuss the latest nutrition breakthroughs, supplements, and wellness choices with leaders in the natural products industry, health practitioners, and research scientists. I'm your host, Jim Wilkes, certified nutritionist. Thanks to our main sponsor, HollyHillVitamins.com, the place for great selection, service, and prices. Check out their extensive wellness library for updated science-based info. Welcome all, and thanks for tuning in. I'm your head nut, Jim Wilk, and as always, I'm happy to share insights with some of the leaders and educators in the world of nutrition, and today is no exception. I'm proud to have on Jordan Rubin. He is one of America's most recognized and respected natural health experts. He is the New York Times bestselling author of The Maker's Diet and 26 additional titles. He is an eco-entrepreneur, and we'll get into that, and also a lecturer on health and nutrition. He has shared his message of natural health in 5 continents and across the United States. I've been to a few of them, so I know how awesome they can be. And along with Dr. Josh Axe, he is the founder of Ancient Nutrition Company, and they operate 2 farms spanning 4,000 plus acres of certified regenerative organic stuff out there. And that's what we're going to get into a little bit today, why this is so unique, so important, I think. And I think it's the future of the supplement industry. They rely on organic farms for many ingredients used in their products, including many of the superfoods grown on their own farms, plus creating supplements that can be fully regenerative, organic, certified. So that's that ROC you're going to start seeing on a lot of stuff out there. And Ancient Nutrition's mission is to transform the health of every individual on the planet with history's most powerful superfoods. And that's why Ancient Nutrition dedicates 1% of all its revenue to the Ranch Project. And that Ranch stands for Regenerative Agriculture, Nutrition, and Climate Health. And their goal is simple: give back to the soil instead of just taking from it. I use their products. I think they're just unique, and I think this is the future. So listen closely, because Jordan gives a lot of great information out, and he's somebody you can look up to. His whole history, which we can do another hour podcast on it, how he transformed himself to one of the most sickest persons I ever read about, into just a paragon of health out there. So without further ado, here's Jordan Rubin. First of all, how are things down at the ranch? Tell me a little bit about what's going down there, because folks, this is a pretty unique place there. And I know, Jordan, you didn't grow up in a farming family.
No.
So
not at all.
So talk about that a little bit there.
Yeah, well, I'm able to give a great perspective, Jim, because this week I have visited both of our farms in both Missouri and Tennessee, and I have a great appreciation for what is happening. And honestly, Jim, every day that I am involved in farming, it makes me more understanding of how important it is for those who care for our planet and provide us food. The children of this generation are really growing up. This concrete jungle scenario is very far-fetched from where our nation started. So number one, I appreciate how difficult it is to create food in general, but particularly when you are quote unquote going against the grain. So we have 2 farms that encompass roughly 4,000 acres. They are certified organic, and they are now regenerative organic certified. We are now one of 6 regenerative organic learning centers. We're a research site for the Rodale Institute, which, Jim, is not too far from your neck of the woods. And we also are Savory Institute ambassador hubs, which the Savory Institute is probably the preeminent land management, animal welfare, grazing organization in the world. So we take our living laboratory very seriously, and not to mention the fact that we use our farms to develop the next generation of nutraceuticals, dietary supplements, etc. And it's so exciting to see what is evolving in front of us. And I can tell you, Jim, just being on our Missouri farm, it isn't about me determining what we grow. Oftentimes, the land itself expresses what should be grown there. And so, for example, just last week, I had an incredible concept for a very long-term sustainable product line that could come directly from our property, and it was almost by accident. So we do take it very seriously that our mission is to save the world with superfoods. I think the creation of superfoods in the right way can heal the planet, and the administration of superfoods can heal people. So that's amazing.
I think it's such a myth that everybody thinks of superfoods as some far distant land, far away from us here, that if it grows in the jungles of this particular continent, that it's a superfood. But poor United States doesn't seem to have any, right?
You're exactly right. And it's tough, Jim, because I live in a development. And so when I leave my neighborhood and I'm in Tennessee is what I'm referring to, I can look on both sides of the road and there's beautiful farms right near my house. Every season, it is extremely predictable what they're going to grow. It is corn followed by soy. It is soy followed by corn. And I marvel at how seems like there's not a space on the farm that is missing something green and beautiful. But then when I realized how that's accomplished, I realized that the soil is really dirt, that it's not living and teeming with microorganisms, that this dirt basically holds chemicals that allow the seed to grow. Whereas in a regenerative organic farming environment, it is all about the microbiome. It is all about the health of the plants and their roots. It is all about how to utilize resources, including water, et cetera. And it couldn't be more divergent in terms of what we think should be done to provide a healthy future. So it's exciting to be on the tip of the spear, but boy, it's like that Indiana Jones holding on to a whip and the back of a Jeep. It is a wild ride.
Well, Ancient Nutrition is one of the first companies that started this whole regenerative, organic certified products and things. And for the folks out there, let's explain what regenerative, organic certified actually means.
Absolutely. So, Jim, there are 3 pillars that regenerative organic certified stands on. Number 1 is soil health. So, as I mentioned earlier, the health of plants and ultimately the animals that eat plants is reflective of the health of the soil. And Jim, in the past, you could literally determine the health of a community by the health of the soil. Their microbiome, their gut would resemble where their food was grown and raised. Now, today, on any given day, we could be purchasing food from literally 20 different places, maybe 50 around the world if you look on the ingredient level. We have no connection anymore to our local land, which is sad. So soil health is important for food production, water purification. It's important for the future nutrient density of plants, which is absolutely awesome. And by the way, in a regenerative farming model, your plant nutrients and animal nutrients should get better every single year. In fact, they must get better for you to maintain the certification. Number 2, animal welfare. We believe that animals are integral to any crop you grow, whether it's tomatoes or whether it's lettuce or if you're raising beef. Animal impact is the fertilization, is the stimulus for the growth of plants, and animals work symbiotically with the soil. The travesty of monocrop conventional agriculture is they wipe out all life forms, from insects to small animals, and some plant-based dieters say we don't like animals involved in farming and we don't want to kill animals when we eat them. Well, frankly, any monocrop environment kills far more animal species than any animal farming environment. And number 3, social fairness, or what we call farmer fairness. This is so important because The average age of a farmer today is 57. Generations are moving away from the farm for city jobs, and we need young people to celebrate the occupation of farming. When we were kids, no matter where we lived, whether it was New York in your case, I believe, or Florida,
Right.
people were talking about Future Farmers of America, 4-H Club. There were farms all over. Now, children have no connection, young people, to this critical profession that, by the way, isn't exactly going to be able to be accomplished by robots, at least not in a way that's providing us healthy food. So regenerative organic certified, according to my team on the farm, is about 10 times more difficult to achieve than organic. And Jim, we are at Ancient Nutrition, operate 2 of the first 80 regenerative organic certified farms in the world. And we are the first brand to offer regenerative organic certified dietary supplements that we manufacture on our Missouri regenerative organic certified farm. So we are all in.
Yeah, folks, that's you're going to see this symbol, this RO symbol, a nice circular symbol with a little flower in there, regenerative organic RO in the inside the symbol, and look for that because that's the next step, folks. What Jordan's doing is revolutionary. To be honest with you, that's probably the best word for it. A lot of people know Ancient Nutrition. I mean, you guys were the forefront of collagen, which has become the number one category in the industry. And something I've been using for the last few years since you came along, I started using it. And I noticed such a fantastic difference in my health. I have to cut my nails every 3 days. It's like what it does for you. It's just kudos to you for coming out with something like that and making it so prevalent out in the society now. I mean, everybody's loving your collagen out there. And I want to talk about a few of the new products, Jordan. I know you came out with a new Multi Collagen Advanced formula and with a few different aspects to it. So can we go over a little bit of that? Because I have one person who's using your hydrate, and she works the farmers markets out in the sun all day, and it's been, how hot it's been, and she says it's what's saving her. So I love the fact that you came out with something a little bit more advanced. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, what's interesting about hydration, which is another category that's really, really catching on. And I think for people, Jim, like us who've been in the industry for so long, we have seen gelatin and collagen in the past. We've seen minerals, particularly electrolytes in the past, but we have never seen a combination of collagen and electrolytes. And we like to say that Multi-Collagen Advanced hydrates the body's tissues and the fluids simultaneously. We do it with real food hydration. We do it with ingredients that are truly ancient. And that combination gives you, I believe, an unprecedented level of health from the inside out, where you get all of the collagen you need, plus the important key electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and chloride in a form that our ancestors thrived on, and in a perfect balance for what we would call cellular health.
And I noticed that there's no sugar in it, which is unusual.
Absolutely. We provide a hydrate or hydration without the carbo part. So yes, we do not have sugars. This is a way to get delicious tasting collagen and nutrients such as electrolytes without the sugar. So you're getting your sodium, potassium, you're getting your minerals, you're getting your collagen. It tastes like a refreshing beverage. I hate to call it, for those people who have been around a while, like a Crystal Light or a Tang that people used to drink without the crack, so to speak. But
Right.
This is something you can drink multiple servings of a day. You are going to build your bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, skin, hair, nails, and make sure that your body is charged properly, because electrolytes, those minerals, are responsible for the positive charge of your body. It is literally like a battery. And finally, Jim, research is starting to admit that sodium intake is not the cause of all these diseases, but in fact could be helpful for the adrenals, helpful for the brain, helpful for muscles. And we are having a pretty historically warm summer so far. At least we are in Tennessee, and then I'm also part-time in Alabama. So I know better than anyone that we need these electrolytes to function properly.
Yeah, folks, this is such a great alternative to the sports drinks that are out there. It even has more electrolytes in them than a lot of those sports drinks. I noticed that your company uses 10 different or so food sources for collagen. Why that? Where most people are usually just getting beef or something like that, one source. Why use a multi-source?
Well, it's a great question. And the answer is pretty simple. Our body has dozens of types of collagen in it. And we set out in 2016 to create the multivitamin of collagen. I would argue, Jim, that vitamin B2 riboflavin is critically important to our health. Probably not even an argument, it's a fact. But if I ask an audience, how many of you are taking riboflavin? Most people will wonder what it is, and certainly they will not be consuming it on its own. Why? Because riboflavin is part of a multivitamin mineral. I believe collagen is in the same boat. Collagen should be consumed in multiple forms. We are the first collagen brand to have 10 types of collagen from 10 food sources. And Jim, the reason why that matters is that there is research. Some of it has been under-translated from Europe and other nations that show that the consumption of certain animal foods have an effect on the similar part of the body in humans. So, for example, if you consume liver from a cow, goat, or a sheep, like most of us grew up consuming once a week, there are nutrients in that liver, including collagen, that helps to regenerate your own liver. Same goes for kidneys, same goes for spleen, same goes for heart. These nutrients work in a way that you could call like supports like. And so, Jim, we looked and said, okay, we want to get nutrients from bones, from the gut, specifically from the liver, from the kidney, to provide these peptides or chains of amino acids that trigger regeneration in the corresponding organ or tissue of our own body. And it has worked amazingly well. Why consume 1, 2, or 3 types of collagen when you can consume 10?
It makes sense to me. Sure. A couple of other of the advanced line there is you have advanced lean. Like everybody's always trying to lose weight. This seems like the most sensible way to do this. It's some of the ingredients in here. You have a fat loss blend, which I want you to discuss a little bit. But again, here's collagen to the next degree here. Explain the lean product a little bit.
Absolutely. So Multi Collagen Advanced Lean comes in a powder, which is a delicious cinnamon taste to it because we use real cinnamon, which is great for thermogenesis, calorie burning. It's great for blood sugar, and it's great for fat loss. And we also use a botanical ashwagandha, which in this particular form has helped people lose fat and have a positive body composition based on cortisol reduction, which cortisol is sort of like a beer belly hormone. If you have too much cortisol, you're going to get fat around the midsection. So we have a powder and then we have a capsule. And both of these products have clinically studied ingredients without stimulation. So we're not talking about central nervous stimulation. There's no caffeine. There's nothing that's going to make you jittery. We use ancient botanicals and superfoods. And I got to tell you, Jim, the research is compelling. We're talking about, in some instances, multiple times more fat loss than diet and exercise alone by using Multi-Collagen Advanced Lean. So we are talking about serious results. And it's a product that doesn't have side effects. It has side benefits, such as better sleep, less stress, greater immune system health, and digestive health. So instead of falling for or opting for a weight loss treatment, so to speak, imagine if you can burn fat and boost your body the natural way with side benefits.
Yeah, amazing stuff, folks. The one that I'm going to be trying, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure after talking with you for a few minutes, I will, is their advanced muscle one too, which comes in a capsule form. Jordan, I like to work out and stuff, and this is something that looks pretty promising. You have some things in there that I've never even thought about as far as muscle growth goes. or helping with that, lean body mass and things. So that looks like an intriguing product.
This is a great formula. Here's what I like to say. This is the only product that can help you get better results in the gym or on the field or on the track or walking upstairs and less soreness afterward. So imagine getting greater increase in protein synthesis, building of lean body mass and muscle, greater strength, a boost in hormones, testosterone, etc., greater muscular endurance, and less soreness after working out, exercising, walking. In fact, clinical studies show that after exercise, you could expect a greater than 50% reduction in soreness from taking Multi-Collagen Advanced Muscle. So what we like to say, Jim, is that Multi-Collagen Advanced Muscle helps stop the sag. And as we age, I don't have to tell everyone who's listening, your bottom becomes even more of a bottom, and when I say more of a bottom, I mean lower, reaching the bottom.
Right.
You wave, and in the mirror, something flaps back at you. That's a combination of collagen loss and muscle loss. Jim, it's amazing. After age 30, we begin to lose collagen. After age 40, we lose 10% of our muscle mass, close to it on average, every decade, and it doubles after 70 years of age. So if you could stop age-related muscle loss, stop age-related collagen loss, and begin to look and feel better, this is a health span formula. And it's amazing because now some of the top researchers are saying that the best way to determine longevity is how much skeletal muscle you have.
Exactly.
And of course, we know that some of the leading causes of death are falls that cause bones to be broken and an overall loss of tissue integrity. So this isn't just something to make you have some bigger biceps. Multi-Collagen Advanced Muscle could be one of the greatest wellness or longevity formulas to literally transform your body from the inside out. And what's great, Jim, is that we know there is no age too great to build muscle, not only maintain, but with a combination of diet, some form of resistance training, even walking,
right,
plus the superfoods and collagen types in Multi-Collagen Advanced Muscle, you can preserve, if not gain, muscle and collagen in the body.
Right. I think a lot of people don't understand the concept of the skeletal muscle. I listened to this lady, I forget her name, so sorry, folks, but she's one of the world's experts on it. It's just so important as you get older to enhance that. And Jordan's right. The resistance training along with some aerobic stuff and taking these kind of nutrients is super important. So, next time we're on, Jordan, I'll report back to you because this looks like a great formula. These are some of the things in there that I take separately, but it's nice to have it all in one bottle there. So that's pretty cool. So that's great.
Yes, and there's some unique ingredients, Jim. This particular product, some of the ingredients were screened by herbal pharmaceutical groups, which many people don't know this, but in India particularly, right, and in China, there are pharmaceutical companies that study herbs. It's not the case in the U.S., but it is overseas.
Right.
And they found that a combination of a common weed, Indian globe thistle, and the bark of the mango tree, that combination helps to stimulate strength and muscle growth. And then again, we're using an ashwagandha extract that on its own has been studied and shown to reduce cortisol and increase DHEA, which is a precursor to natural hormone boosting. And this is testosterone, which, by the way, is a good hormone for men and for women. It's depleted with age. And the doctor you're referring to, Jim, is Dr. Gabrielle Lyon.
Right,
who's
Gabrielle.
Become
right.
She's become the Pied Piper of muscle-centric medicine. And she coined a term, muscle span, to determine how long somebody lives and how well they live. So this is a great formula. Again, it doesn't have side effects. It has side benefits. And what's great about it, Jim, is this does not require you taking massive amounts of protein powders. This is an encapsulated formula that works with the dietary protein you consume on a daily basis.
And folks, remember hollyhillvitamins.com. That's our sponsor, and you can get a lot more information there. We're also going to give a 15% off on Ancient Nutrition products. Just mention the word nuts, NUTZ, to get your discount. You can also go to ancientnutrition.com. Would that be the best place, Jordan?
Absolutely. And you can find out all the great information on the ingredients contained in Multi Collagen Advanced Lean, Muscle. And then we had talked about in the opening, Jim, and off the air, that we've introduced what I believe to be the most beneficial probiotic in history. We call it Regenerative Organic Certified Probiotics, the first ever, with 95% of the ingredients grown on our farm, and a unique probiotic that does so much for your body. We're only now scratching the surface on seeing what this can do in your gut and throughout your entire body.
Yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about that. I know you came out with your soil-based organisms, the SBOs they call in the industry. Can you explain to the people the difference between the soil-based organisms that you sell and also the regenerative organic certified probiotics?
Well, the regenerative organic certified probiotic does use the power of SBOs, or these powerful probiotics in the soil. Remember, I said earlier, your gut is only as good as the microbiome of the soil. So you can find organisms in the soil that support digestion, elimination, immune system, relief of occasional gas, bloating, indigestion, you name it. This probiotic, or the one that we found out of studying 1,600 strains, is, we believe, the most powerful probiotic available. It is the key player in our regenerative organic certified probiotic, and we provide pre and postbiotics through our functional mushrooms that we grow on our own farm. They're the first regenerative organic certified mushrooms. So if you think about it, Jim, this is kind of the supreme gut and immune system formula ever. Again, it is regenerative organic certified. It is certified organic. There is no other probiotic in capsules or tablets that's even organic, much less regenerative.
Right.
And there are unique attributes of this probiotic which allows it to help you digest plant foods, help you get more minerals from your foods, and repair your gut if it's been damaged by toxins or microbes. So this is absolutely awesome.
Folks, Jordan revolutionized, if I want to use that word again. You're revolutionary. What can I say, Jordan? He revolutionized probiotics years ago for your own health as well. If people know your story from the best-selling Maker's Diet, the New York Times bestseller, and you've been on TV a number of times telling your story, and we don't have time for that, folks, but these kind of organisms in the soil, that really changed your life, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, there you go.
I lost what you said at the end.
I said that we're talking about the soil organisms that you've pioneered in the industry, and we can't go into your history, but it really changed your life taking these soil organisms.
Absolutely, and I would tell you that the primary supplement that I can never, ever go without is a probiotic with soil-based organisms. Jim, I've traveled many places in the world, and when I go to a location like India or Africa where you can't eat a lot of the food or drink the water or brush your teeth without bottled water, I double up on my soil-based organisms before, during, and after. And I've been consuming soil-based organisms now for 29 years. So kind of hard to believe, but they are the probiotics that we are missing in our daily diet. And I had my health transformed battling Crohn's disease and other illnesses. You can do a search online with my name, Jordan Rubin, healing journey or something of that nature. You can see a before and after picture that really started my previous company, Garden of Life. And Jim, I'm pretty sure we did an interview probably pretty close to that time. So
right,
it's been a long time telling this story. I never get tired of it. And probiotics have only exploded on the scene in the decades that have ensued.
Yeah, it's amazing, folks. Remember that the Maker's Diet, if you can find an edition of that or something, it's just a fantastic book, been a bestseller for years. I'm waiting for the movie to come out. You're old enough and good looking enough to play the lead role in the movie. I think that.
Well, I've been approached by a documentary maker or two, but we'll see. I often think that my life could be a movie, but living it,
true.
sometimes it seems like a horror movie, sometimes it seems like a rom-com, you name it. But yeah, right, we shall see. But yes, it's been a great journey. And the good news is I wake up every morning feeling like there's so many more people to help. And now we're able to do it while providing a message that can really transform the planet, which is so critical to our future generations.
Oh, well said. Before we cut off here, I just want to go over a little thing that I think are missing from people's diets. It's just, we don't eat the way our ancestors did, and I think there's a detriment to that. There's probably some pluses too. And let's talk about glandulars, because I think that's a key ingredient that's missing in people's diets today. So what's your experience with glandulars? How did you come about making a line of glandulars?
Well, Jim, you probably know this because we've talked over the years about even my relationship with a local farm out in Pennsylvania, which I still have multiple relationships from farms in Lancaster County, et cetera,
right.
that have produced some of the best foods. But I have been a fan for both humans and animals of consuming organs or glandulars since I really got my education in the space. There's never been a culture in history that consumed meat products that didn't eat the liver, heart, kidney, thymus, brain or lungs of animals. And as much as that sounds gross, they are so critical because they have concentrated nutrients. You could call them nature's multivitamin. And I do not, nor does anyone in my family, go a day without consuming organs. We believe that for animal nourishment, you need the meat, you need the organs, and you need the collagen. And by getting all of those, you are truly consuming what I believe was what God intended when he created these animals for us to eat. So I think that everyone who consumes animal foods, and frankly, those that don't, you need to get a little bit of liver, you need to get a little bit of heart, of kidney. All of our ancestry has dishes within their cuisine that utilize organs. But today, almost every 20-year-old and under has never had liver, never had any of these organs. And Jim, I bet you probably had every week liver and onions. I mean, my parents certainly did because we couldn't afford to waste it. And we somehow knew that these were the highest sources of nutrition. Ancient nutrition has amazing glandulars. We have liver. We have multi-organ. We have male performance, female vitality, and we have single dose, once daily organs. After probiotics, organs are about as good as it gets. No vitamin, mineral, superfood product has what these organs can offer. So they are great for the young and even greater for the old.
I don't think people realize when it comes to organs that how nutritionally dense they are. Yes, there might be more calcium in this. There might be more riboflavin, B2 in this particular food. But when you put the whole food together, there's nothing is more powerful than liver, let's say, like that, nutrient-wise. So you're getting dense nutrition in the food. And I know a lot of people don't like to eat that out there. So Jordan has been kind enough to make these wonderful glandular products that will fit anybody's need there. And you're right about the kids. I guess you need to make a gummy one for the kids eventually, right, Jordan?
Yeah, the hard part about organ gummies is organs taste a certain way for a reason. And so, for example, liver can be bitter, but we all know that bitter substances improve liver health. So I think someone's going to try to make them a little better tasting, but we may have to go savory, not sweet. But I will say this, as children, when they're young, they can get a taste for organs. It's just when they're older, you're not going to get a teenager to eat liver straight up. But you're finding today, Jim, on farms and even in stores where they're mixing some liver and heart into ground beef or ground bison or ground venison. So as much as you can get, I have 2 children that are very competitive athletes, and they absolutely have been consuming organ meats, primarily in supplements, for as long as I can remember. It is a critical part of their healthy diet.
Well said. Well said. Folks, remember, you can go to hollyhillvitamins.com. You get 15% off Ancient Nutrition products. They got a plethora of great quality stuff out there. It's really unique company. It's just wonderful what they're doing for the planet as well. You can also go to ranchproject.com to find out more information about what they're doing. And I love the acronym for RANCH, the Regenerative Agriculture, Nutrition, and Climate Health. That spells out RANCH. So what they're doing is a fantastic job. Jordan, what else? Are you traveling the world this year, or what else going on with you?
You know what? I have one international trip planned, but I have since 2020, with the so-called pandemic, has been a great opportunity for me to spend more time with my family and the advent of technology has allowed me to do that. So I very much enjoy being home. I love visiting our farms and trying to enjoy my kids while they are still kids, which is rapidly changing. So
Right.
I travel the world, but mostly in a virtual fashion these days, which is much more to my liking.
Right. Well, God bless you, and just keep up the great work, Jordan. Always looking forward to your next creation there. So please keep at it.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you having me again.
All right, guys.
Take
That's
care.
it. We'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to the channel so you can get our latest episodes. And if you want to contact me with any questions or comments, try jimwilkcnc@gmail.com. Thanks again.